guys, welcome back to releasethecraftin. Priscilla here for another day of a Cabinet of Curiosiprompts. That is the month-long challenge hosted by myself and my friend Tiff at Amethyst Raven 342. We're hosting this whole thing where we are sharing Curiosiprompts. That's hashtag Curiosiprompts, which are just a bunch of exciting, interesting words to spark the imagination and some creativity and do some fun things. For the entire month, I am making tags out of this. This is what I'm doing. What's today's thing? I don't know. Where are we? We're at day 15. We're 2 weeks in. 2 weeks in to the Cabinet of Curiosiprompts. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I'm actually being a little bit more dramatic than I need to be now because I'm tired. So, hopefully, we'll be able to maintain this energy for at least the next 3.5 minutes. So, at any rate, today's day 15. The prompt is Noctivagant. I should have looked up how to pronounce that before I started this. I didn't. I don't think it's Noctivagant, because that sounds like a totally different, but also delightful time. At any rate, Noctivagant is a adjective, which means wandering at night, often used of birds and animals. So it's a descriptive thing of creatures that go wandering around in the night. What are we going to do with that? I don't know. Honestly, it took me a very long time to think of what I wanted to do, and it wasn't until I talked to Tiff today that I finally came up with an idea, thanks to all of her wonderful suggestions. I won't be using them, but I did get an idea while talking to her, so here we go. First we have tag. And then I feel like tag needs background. Don't ask me about this accent. I don't know where it's from. I need a gray. I own gray. If you were the gray, you would be like forearm away from me. So, I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to recognize that it is upside down before I do anything crazy. Okay. I swear you guys, I was just lying down, like, not even 5 minutes ago, and I have apparently gotten up with all kinds of energy I did not possess before. So, yeah, who knows what was on that pillow. So I'm going to use this to, get a initial impression, because I don't want it to be super dark. Now we have cool background paper for something. And now we're going to apply tag. Like so. And it's still dark as shit. What is this? This luck, oh mine. That's amazing. That's incredible. That's splendiferous, indelible. I don't know words. That's probably not healthy for my desk. So I'm going to take some of my whitewash, which is just 50-50 paint and water combo with some drops of rubbing alcohol in it so it doesn't spoil, in case you guys are wondering how to make a wash of your own. And we're going to get a brush, and we're going to knock that back a bit because it's a lot darker than I was hoping for. So we're just going to give it a light brushing with our wash and send it further into the background. Because I decided I'm going to play with my transparencies again today, because I told you guys I have so many of those freaking x-rays. They gotta get used. So, while I would like the book page print to be, visible through, I don't want it to be the star of the show, you know? I just want it to give some interest to the background, because otherwise it's just going to be transparency on top of background, which is not what I want. Also, I'm going to go darker than I think I need to go, or heavier than I think I need to go, because as I dry it, it's going to be lighter than it looks. So yes, I am happy with this amount of coverage. Move this out of the way. Stick my paintbrush over here and try not to forget that it's there with paint all in it. Gonna clean this area up and then give it a dry, and then I'm gonna be back. Okay, so we're nice and dry. Area's nice and clean. My fingers are still dirty, but that's a work in progress. And so you can see we have our washed out background. It's not super bright. Words are really hard. They just escaped my entire brain. It's not super as poppy as it was before. It wasn't super, what am I looking for? Saturated as it was before. But it is still present, still visible, so it does the things that we want it to do. Now I have a piece of black cardstock. I actually did not have a scrap big enough for this, which was a little bit upsetting because I am going to be creating a new scrap for this. And then we're going to get the chopper out. We're going to do a spider check, of course. No spiders. It's a good day. So this tag is 4x6, so I'm going to cut this to 4x6. And I'm going to go on the heavy side, so instead of trying to like butt it up to the line and be like, this is 6, I'm going to go over, like onto the line, because I don't know if this is a universal 4x6. So I'm going to err on the side of caution, err on the side of the larger measurement, and hope that it lines up, because I didn't cut this myself. I bought this and then cut it into tag shape, but I didn't cut it into 4x6 shape. So let's see. Oh, I'm glad that I did that, because see, it's just slightly bigger. It'll work. I'll be able to line it up with some work here, but it's just slightly bigger. So like, yeah, there's not a universal cutting guide as much as you would like to think that everything is going to be the exact same size. Stuff is not all cut the same. In fact, I learned this when I started getting into mini albums, that like what you think is 8.5 by 11 is not a universal size, despite what you might think. See how it's taller and yet somehow skinnier. I am gonna leave the height though for now. I'm just gonna get the edges in here. So we have a tag shape, but yeah, I bought a bunch of paper pads from Michael's, all the same size, 8.5 by 11, yes, and discovered that some were like a whole 1/8 of an inch longer than the rest, and some were a little bit shorter than the rest, which is crazy because you think they'd be all cutting on the same machine, or like the same standard machine that's all calibrated the same. Not the case. So always check your paper measurements and stuff. I don't know why this is a lecture. It's because I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Cutting board. And we're going to... Should I freehand this? No. Not when your hand is stupid, Priscilla. Don't do that to yourself. What I want to do is like, basically I'm going to leave like 1/4 of an inch border around everything, right? But I want to like, you know, get some tree shapes in here. And like maybe give it a branch. I want to keep it fairly loose. I'm not trying to do anything like artsy, you know, like I'm not trying to make the perfect tree here. More so that I am trying to create the illusion of a forest of trees at night. So like, you know, we're looking at the edge of the border being here. I want to keep it loosey-goosey. You know, like tutti-frutti already. Cut like a skinny guy there. And then like another guy here, maybe. Who's also skinny. But he's skinny with like branches. Maybe like a weird funky branch here. But I kind of want it to connect. I want it to be like a into the woods type of vibe. I don't know. This is getting crazier the more I draw pencil lines. This really audacious branch, and then we're gonna, of course, give our bottom there. So we're doing like a, you know, spooky forest at night. But I'm gonna do a transparency with this too, so like this is more of like a mask than anything else. Oh, I have noodles on the stove. Let me go stir those. Alright, so this ADHD moment brought to you by the letter 2. Here we go. So, I mean, I guess I could make this like a 3-pronged branch. I don't know. I'm overthinking it probably. just doing spooky forest. It's going to be all silhouette. No one's going to notice. It's the background. I'm going to make sure that it's like deliberately wavy to cover up the fact that my hand is wonky. But also to add to the spookiness of our nighttime. That doesn't work if you cut into the tree, Priscilla. It's fine. We can edit as we go. Get out of there. Okay. And what I say, we're gonna make this like a 3-prong thing, so. Wow. Wow. The sound effects are essential for the success of the project. Just so you guys know. I don't know what to talk about now. I don't know anything about anything, honestly, and I'm having a good time with that. I'm enjoying that state. What could I talk about? I have been enjoying the challenge so far. It's been a very uniquely challenging challenge in which every day I curse myself for not making it a theme or doing what Belle's doing, because I feel like it would be so much easier and so much fun. Not that I think this is like hard, you know what I mean? But also I'm finding myself being more frustrated with myself, because for like stuff like this prompt, you would think this would be right up my alley. Like this would be a home run. I'd be like, yes, absolutely. Creepy stuff at night, you got it. But I struggled so hard with this one in particular, and I came up with ideas for the stuff to do after this one, which made this more frustrating, because I was like, you can't just skip a whole day, because once I skip the day, I won't come back, you know what I mean? Like, the coming back will be even harder. Ooh, I'm gonna have this skinny guy here, so that means the edge needs to be here, so that we can get our other skinny guy in here. You know, so like you would think that I would just be like, yeah, no brainer. This is, you know, the easiest tag I've ever approached. But for whatever reason, I had such like brain fog, lockdown on this, that I was like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do, and there's nothing I can do, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like that was my whole thought process for this entire time. And then I just kept coming up with ideas for the other days, which was like a slap in the face. So then I was like, oh my god, this should be so easy. And then I was like, you cannot just go grab one of your kits and glue it down on here, because I really thought about that. I really thought about that. Especially like there's a kit that I'm working on currently for Patreon that I was like, oh, this would be perfect. In fact, this would be so perfect. It has night in the name. You could debut it early, like cross-promotion, you're a marketing genius, you know, like that kind of thing. And then I was like, you can't do that. That's so messed up. Here's a kit you could only get if you're behind my paywall. You know, like, what kind of villain am I? I am going to make this skinny branch bigger, I decided. An attractive villain is the answer. But beyond that, you know, I can't be, like, full villain. But also, like, that wasn't a satisfying answer either. I wasn't, like, happy with the thought process of being like, oh, yeah, you'll totally just go and, make a page just, you know, collaging together bits of your kit. So I was like, oh, it's just so deeply unsatisfying. Like, it's just not giving the prompt. Like, it's not doing it justice, and then you're not doing yourself justice. You're being lazy with your creativity because you want to move on, because you already thought of other ideas. So, yeah, I mean, thank goodness for crafty friends. Because as Tiff was, like, spitballing ideas, and I was like, no, I don't want to do any of that, because I'm an asshole. Like, honestly, just the most cantankerous person possible. I was like, no, I don't know, I don't like that. And she was like, well, that's all I got. And then I was like, oh, shit, that's better than what I have. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. You know exactly what to do. You knew what to do all along. The answer was the friends we made along the way. Or something like that, I don't know. I'm trusting the heart of the cards. I don't know, that's another nerd reference. Okay, I'm liking this already. That's coming out better than I imagined. So, color here. And then, now I'm eyeballing. Careful. Careful. Follow this line. And this one. Haha! So, it's not fancy, but it's a tree silhouette. And it's gonna do the thing. Do the roar. And I don't know what drugs I'm on. Oh my god. It's like I took a nap, but I didn't. You know, like I absolutely did not take a nap. I swear, you guys. I just laid in my bed and doom scrolled for a while. Oh, I forgot that I did it this way, and I should have turned it around before I started cutting. Because these edges are slightly crickety. That's okay. That's what erasers are made for. Because I did them by hand. That's why they're crickety. Ooh, jeez. Don't I have a proper eraser? I'm trying not to, like, use up this eraser because I would feel shamed. Oh, I do have a proper eraser. This little tiny eraser. Although it is, like, a really cool pencil because it, like, extends. But I don't know. Like, I'd have to look up the brand, which is, yeah, you see the difficulty? To see if I could find a replacement eraser. Shut the front door. I just found this. This is that freaking brown dauber I was looking for the other day where I got so mad that I couldn't find the right one. Yeah, it was just sitting here in my pencil cup, which is not where they go. That just took me out entirely. Fuck. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know how to find a replacement eraser, and I could go back to the store that I bought it from, but like there's no telling if they still have them. I've had that pencil for quite a while. I got it at a place called Kinokuniya here in Austin, which is a really cool store. It's got like stationery from Japan, and then there's like manga and anime and cool gift stuff and toys and collectibles. And there's just a bunch of cool stuff in this store. Like, it's just fun to walk around. It's also very expensive. So what I end up going there and buying is the time. Because I waste a lot of time in that store. And then I walk around and go, oh yeah, I should get this stuff. And then I don't get anything. And then I walk over to the pens and pencil section and come out with like $30 worth of pens and a package of incense, because I always find the incense in there. Don't ask me why. But that's how I shop at this store. But then I feel justified, you know, I'll get some stickers, maybe like a pair of socks, but then I'm like, okay, nothing else because this store is so expensive. But I had a great time walking around every single aisle. They have like regular books too, and I browse the whole thing, and I go, I'm gonna go back to the pens and markers and stuff and leave some stationery. Okay, so we got our mask. We got this. We got, where is it? Here it is. The other half of that transparency that I used on Oxymoron. I didn't want to just waste it. And it's already cut to almost size. You see? It's very close to size. But because we have a mask to go over it, now it's a spooky forest scene with the moon peeking through the trees. Wow. I kind of want the graves sticking up a little bit. So we might have to sacrifice top bat, which is okay. I mean, I don't have to sacrifice all of them. Just a little bit of them. But then you see the text in the background. Oh, it looks good. It looks great. Okay, stick it down, Priscilla. How do I want to stick it down is a better question. Certainly not with art glitter glue. So I guess we'll use this Zig pen. My Zig two-way pen. And we will hit up the edges. So this pen is really cool. If you haven't got it already, it's very great for precision. I don't work for them. This is not sponsored. But it dries tacky, so you can stick stuff like acetate to it and foil and all sorts of things like that. And it says like it's repositionable once it goes down to tacky, like you can pull it off again. I've only seen that like when it's like fresh, if I stick something down after it's gone tacky and I leave it there for a while, I can't get it apart. I don't know how it holds up after a bajillion trillion years, but you know. This is the right side. This is the wrong side. Right? Ah, shit. I should have done it before I stuck the glue on. No, it was this way, right? Because the branch was that way. Which means I stick the glue to this side. Let me just check without sticking it down. Yes, I think that's correct. So, yes. Well, I guess we'll find out together. At any rate, I really like this pen, was what I was trying to say. And if they would sponsor me, that would be amazing. If I had better handwriting, I think I would use this to do like cool foiled out calligraphy. I have horrible first grader handwriting because I don't have the patience for anything. Oh, I still have noodles on the stove. Dang it. Okay, well, as some of you may have guessed or have been shouting at your screen this entire time, if you were shouting, I heard you. But my noodles are done. They're very done. They're not overdone, but they're done. Substantially. That's okay. I already drained them, so they're fine. And they will heat back up in the sauce. I don't know why I started cooking dinner at the same time I started doing this tag. Don't ask me questions I cannot answer. It's just ADHD things. And I can tell you guys, this happens more often than you think or know. I literally did that the other day. I put some, I was trying to make those, like, it went viral for a little bit, but it was like, they were calling it Biscoff cheesecake, like Greek yogurt, but it's not cheesecake. There's no cheesecake element in it. It's just, like the 000 Greek yogurt that you mix with, like, a layer of Biscoff cookie butter, and then you put more Greek yogurt on top, and then you put a couple Biscoff cookies in it. It's freaking delicious, for starters. It does not taste like cheesecake. Also, I'm not a fan of cheesecake, so I don't want it to taste like cheesecake. It just tastes like Greek yogurt with Biscoff in it, and that was everything I wanted and more. But you have to, like, kind of warm up the Biscoff to make it, like, easy to pour into a container of Greek yogurt, you know, like a little to-go cup of Greek yogurt. And I put it on the stove, right? And I was like, here's a scoop of Biscoff. I'm going to put it on the stove. I'm going to heat it up real quick so it gets melty so I can put it in my thing. And what do? I put it in there. I walked away. I walked away until I came back and went, what's burning? And then that's how I ruined my pan. Because, yeah. ADHD things with Priscilla. Yeah, that's a regular occurrence, too. So, you know, just a day in the life. I ended up coming back and using a double boiler like I should have in the first place. I am a professionally, classically trained chef. You would think I would have thought of that in the first place. But something has happened in my adult years where I no longer care about cooking. I don't like to do it anymore. I don't like to be the one to do it. So, like, I very rarely, like, do a big cook of anything. And, like, as you can see, the ADHD might have contributed to it, because outside of a restaurant setting, I am not paying attention. I'm not locked in at all, and I don't even remember what I went to go do that I thought was so important. But also, it had to be something that I was like, oh, this will be really quick, because I know better than to leave melting, like, butter, cookie or otherwise, on the stove unattended. So it had to be something super quick that I was like, oh, this will only take me like a minute. And then, like, 5 minutes later, I had a pot of blackened Biscoff cookie butter, which was not the goal. So yeah, slightly overcooking my noodles is not the worst thing I could possibly do. So then we line this up and hopefully get a really good match. Don't embarrass me. I'm on camera with my friends. Maybe I should have started from the top. But I started from the bottom and now we're here. What the heck is happening? You guys were all here when I lined this up and measured it all out, right? Like, we all did that together. We saw that together. Why don't you reach the edge? Oh, because you're marginally a fraction of a hair off on this side. Well, I guess we're testing out the repositionability. Okay. Okay, we're doing good. That's progress. Love it. I'll trim off that little bit. I don't give a shit. Alright. So, that little tiny top piece can go. And then we're just gonna slide you right off. What imprecision. Oh, and the top came up. Oh, I see it. I see it. Don't even say it. I see it, guys. Okay. So, now that I have my proper dauber back after I stained the other one with oxide, so now it's a moot point. That's rusty hinge. Where's scorched timber? Why did everything slide back on my desk? I don't understand. This is not a slidey desk. But all of my things have like slid back like I pulled the desk like this. Which is not the case. This is a big ass desk. Let me get our word out too before I forget. And don't worry guys, I have a focal point. Okay, I do. I did plan this a little bit. But I needed to set the scene first. We needed the thing that we're wandering through the night with. And I guess, Tiff, you did say do a window. This is kind of a window-ish. I don't want to look for my glue, so we're going to use you. Okay, now, in order to do the focal point, we need this, and this, and some white paper. Got this guy, that'll work for 1, and 2. Right out of the scraps. The scrapses. And then, remember my cool little skeleton dude? He had friends. He had friends who I have not used, I think maybe more than once. And they're these cute little trick-or-treater pumpkin heads, which I love. So, yeah, absolutely. They have to be the ones wandering around at night. They're the ones being Noctivagant. I don't think I've used these at all. Look at that. That's a perfectly clean stamp. And I don't clean my stamps. So, I know it wasn't me. Okay, that fits. Here we go. Look at this. This is going to be so cute. And hopefully I do it right. Because there's a star stamped on the back of this. And I don't want to have to look for more paper. Get them nice and inky. I can see where you didn't get stuck. Okay. Compress. Perfect. Beautiful. Wonderful. And now his little friend. I think it's his little brother. Oh, it's so cute. He's sick. see the little ucky spot. We're going to avoid that. And compress. Beautiful. Amazing. No notes. I love this. Okay. And then, before we cut them out, let's give them a little color. Because just because it's Noctivagant does not mean that they have to be in black and white. Although, I do kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie. I do kind of like it. What if I did it all in black and white, guys? Would you hate me? Oh, look at that! I stuck my finger in it! Oh my god! Okay, it's fine. That was an outrageous exaggeration. Well, okay, it's fine. It's not like I can't do it again. And then we can test and see if I like it better in black and white, or if I like it with some color in it. Yeah? Compress. Arguably, we got a better impression that time. Okay, don't stick your inky fingers onto it, Priscilla. Try this again. Okay. I need to get the rest of the colors in these colored pencils, because I would really love to have a freaking pumpkin, and I don't. I have spice marmalade, which is a fair orange. Oh, I hate coloring. Not like in actuality, but with my hand being funky, I hate coloring. Cannot make regular coloring motions. That's fine, though. We're fine. It's all fine. I don't know how interesting this is watching me color, but it's for the sake of science. So, on his little hand. I think he's wearing shoes, because his brother's got shoes on. I think he's got shoes on. So we'll do a different color. He's the devil, so he should be in red. Little red booties. I'm struggling to color in the lines. And then, do I have a silver pen? No, I don't think I do. That's a bummer. Oh, I do, but it's all the way over there. Yeah, no, never mind. I don't want to do that. Although, coloring this in with paint markers probably would have been easier than watercolor pencil. So I guess if I like the color, I'll go back and get my markers and do it right. How is it not coloring inside the line? Everything but the line. Oh my god, just color it. Okay. Where's my water pen? If you were my water pen. I guess I don't have a water pen, so we're just gonna use water. Alright. You didn't think I was going to leave that, like, scratchy and ugly, did you? No, ma'am. So, we'll just activate that color. Give it a nice wash. Hit those places I didn't color in. And then let's see if we can maybe make this into something presentable here. Okay. This is part of the process, unfortunately. I hate to break it to you guys. And now that I see it like activated with the water, I'm kind of okay with this versus going to go get my paint pen. So let's see. I'm just going to give it a rough cut because I just kind of want to see what it looks like against the background. And if I don't like it, then I don't have to fussy cut it. I'll just have to fussy cut the other ones. Or just cut his horn off. Oh my gosh, Priscilla. What a mess you are. Oh, my tummy is rumbling. Hunger. Feed us. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. Because I think I really like the black and white. You know what I mean? If you like the color, press 1. If you like the black and white, press 2. Waiting your results. Beep, 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 beep. I think we're gonna go black and white. I think the color would be cute. But I think we're gonna go black and white. If anything, I'll go with like an echo of pumpkin for the pumpkin head. But otherwise, I like the black and white. I think it gives the walking around in nighttime, night vision, night thing we're going for here. So I'm gonna fussy cut these out, and then I'm gonna come back. We're gonna stick them down in the meantime. Okay, guys. So it's been a few days because next time I say that I'm gonna fussy cut these little guys out, take me outside, put me out of my misery because they were so freaking fiddly. But we got through it. Oh my god. It took forever. I would have been just sitting here for like an hour trying to cut these out because yeah, that's probably about how long I spent. It was probably like 30 minutes, but it was still a long time because they were so super fiddly. But it's done. I went around the edges in black so that I could get rid of some of my mistakes. And now we get some glue on here. And then we will be able to finish this guy up. And I know that some of you are probably still like, but Priscilla, in color would have been really cute. And you're right, it would have. But I feel like this looks like an old-timey, like, black and white film altogether. So that's kind of the vibe. That's what I'm going for. I like it. I'm still committed to this bit, so that's what we're gonna do. But, oh my gosh, you guys, I was cutting forever. All these little twists and turns, I was like, what was I thinking? I could have just done like a rough outline of the shape and been done with it, but no, I was like, I'm gonna cut against the lines. Give us a nice clean image for our nice background. But ooh, what was I thinking? Foolishness, that's what I was thinking. Foolishness. Oh my gosh. So far, this tag has taken the longest, which is surprising, because I have used texture paste on other tags, but it only took the longest because I spent the most time fussy cutting. Oh, they're so tiny, so fiddly. Thank goodness for this pen. Trying to glue this on would be madness. Although, I wanted to drag up some of my spray adhesive because I have a big old can of that. It is dried out. I have not used it in a minute. So now I get to go buy a new one. Hooray. Love that for me. Because that also would have made quick work of this. It would make quick work of die cuts in general because you just spray them all down, pick them up, stick them down, done. Boom. So easy. No. Okay, look. His little foot fits so perfect. Doesn't he just fall into that background? Like, look at that. Like he was made to be there all along. Okay, I'm gonna get his little foot right too. I don't want him to be so far from his brother. Aren't they so cute? Oh my god. I love them. Look at this. And just like the foot placement, come on. This was meant to be. It looks so good. I'm so excited. I love how this came out. And that's, yeah, that's our tag. That's Noctivagant. Vagant. Noctivagant. I don't know. I didn't look it up still in the days in which I had to utilize my free time. I did not look it up. So, you know, maybe once I post this, I'll go look it up. Because I am sure one of you guys will be telling me in the comments. But that is our tag for today. So, that's everything. I'm going to save this guy, put him in my little stash for later, and we're going to move on. Come back tomorrow, see what we do for the next episode of A Cabinet of Curiosiprompts. Don't forget to go check over on Tiff's channel. That's Amethyst Raven 342. See what she's up to today, because she is my co-host, so she is making amazing things as well. And then check the playlist and see what all the other amazing things are being made out there. And until next time, guys, follow the hashtag Curiosiprompts. Follow me, subscribe, like, thumbs up, things, all the words, and I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, happy crafting. I appreciate your faces, and goodbye.